What is up, guys? We are live here with the Atlanta Regional Champion, Justin Rios. PPG sponsored his own first regional win in Atlanta this weekend. SS3 band. What were you thinking on the SS3 band? What leader did you immediately look to and you were like, I'm going to be playing this? This guy right here?
Yep.
Why Hirudegarn?
Want to be a blue leader. SS3 didn't really take advantage of the blue leader qualities. Like, it doesn't really need flutes or the untapped trunks, but the next best thing, in my opinion, was the blue-yellow storm deck, and I feel like Hirudegarn's the best leader that complements it. It's really good with Overrealm. The super combo is really good. The 1-drop searching the 2-drop is really good to be able to search for blue energy for Senzu Bean, and the backside, if you ever get to 4 energy, is like really good.
Alright, cool. So let's start off with the deck here. Of course, you got your trusty package here.
Yep, 4 Bardock, 4 Sun Goten is pretty staple. I play 2 Grandpa and 2 Videl, 2 other 1-drop that could swap into a 2, and then 2 other 2s that you could use a 1-drop to swap into. I play 2 Bardock, because there is the Bardock name in this, and it's really good with Planet Vegeta since you can untap it. It can be a threat that attacks, and then it can also be defense. And then I played this as a 1-of. There's a lot of reasons why I liked it as a 1-of. The deck that I was playing before this was the U7 Vegeta deck, because of how it took advantage of the Mass Sand that warps an energy against SS3, but since SS3 is gone and the errata on that card made it where that card's invalid, there's not really good Planet Vegeta targets. Like, you don't really want a Planet Vegeta for this, because you're essentially just searching a 5k. So you're trading the Planet Vegeta for a 5k. You can't like use the Planet Vegeta to search the U7 super combo. The best things you can really search for in the deck are the Time Patrol Trunks, because it's an early Overrealm card. Sun Goten if you're missing a swap off of your 1-drop. Bardock if you're missing a Bardock, and then there was this. It's a Bardock name, so you can combo this Bardock onto this. It's good against negates. If they're at 2, you can attack. If they negate, you just draw a card. It's 3-drop, which is not the most optimal for the deck, but if it's not like the closest thing you want to be spending mana on is 2, and you barely even want to be doing that. Most of your threats are just 1 mana. Like, you swap into Goten and you combo with this onto a Bardock. Scientist Fu is 1 mana. But as there's less flutes, there's like, you're not as likely to storm off in 1 turn. So games have gotten a little bit longer where I actually really like the 1 Bardock.
Alright, next, Minutia package. How was this for you all?
Yeah, this was really good. It always searched blue energy for Senzu Bean. This is just free if you're playing the Hirudegarn leader. On the front side, it's just draw 2 if you're playing this card. This deck doesn't really require many battle cards to attack with. It just requires like these, your leader, and then a couple Overrealm cards. So worst case scenario, this can just search another free 5k, which was really big. So like this package was very, very good. A reason why to play the Hirudegarn leader.
Alright, and then the obvious super combos here.
Yeah, this super combo is very good. The only downside is that it's 4 less life, not 5 or less life. But the fact that it pitches another card is really huge. With all these extra cards, with the Successor of Hope or Planet Vegeta, if you draw them off of your life, or if you draw them while you're comboing, you can use this card to pitch this instead of pitching a 5k, so it like ensures that you have more combo power. And this card's also good with the Minutia because it can search the 2-drop, and it's just good at fueling Overrealm and digging into your deck more too. So it puts 2 cards into the yard instead of 1. So.
Okay, card that we think should be limited in some type of way, either routed into blue energy or just gone. What do you feel about this card in the current metagame?
I completely agree with it. I think this card is absurd. It's why without this card, I think Goten and Bardock would be fine. Though putting a Goten into play for 1 mana is really, really good, but the fact that it freely untaps a mana, and the game is revolved around like a mana based game where you need energy to be able to play cards, where this kind of breaks that, and I think it's a little too good for what the game is trying to do. like trying to play this 1-2 swap with a non-blue leader is just nowhere near as good because of this card. Not like Flute is still very good. It should have went to 1, and I agree with that. But I think this is still a huge major problem with the blue leaders, and I don't think it should really be around.
Agreed. Speaking about Flute, we go into the events here.
Yep. There's 1 Flute, 2 Planet Vegeta, and 3 Successor. The 2 Planet Vegeta, as mentioned earlier, is to search if you're missing a Bardock, the Go 10 swap, the Bardock Monkey to be able to untap, and a 1 of Power Charge Bardock as well as the Time Patrol Trunks. And there's 3 Successor of Hope.
What made you go with 3 instead of 4? You have 6 targets.
Right. Mainly because of the 6 targets, and it was a card that it's fine having in your opening hand, but as the game progresses, you don't really want to see more copies of the card, so I felt 3 was fine. It wasn't like a 4 of where you want to see it in your opening hand. If it's in your opening hand, it is. If it's not, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like, you don't want to really draw it turns 3 plus. Like, turns 1 and 2 is about where you want to, like, stop seeing that card. So that's why I only played 3 instead of 4. And then this was because it's just 1 mana. There's slightly more targets for Planet Vegeta, but it still costs 1 mana, so.
Let's check out some more utility cards here. Being Champa.
Yep.
2 Champa, how'd that work out for you? You wish it was 1 because you see through so many cards, or would you like to up it at 3, or was 2 perfect?
I feel like 2 was perfect. I feel like this deck doesn't get to, like, it doesn't have many crit battle cards, or the leader doesn't gain crit, so I feel like having more than 2 wasn't necessary, as well as the fact that this deck sees a lot of cards really fast. I didn't want 1 because I felt like there would be scenarios where you can use it to, like, press your opponent's hand to check for super combos or whatever. You can, like, attack with a battle card. They're at like 4 life, and you can attack with I mean, it's not optimal, but it's still a line that you could take that's reasonable. Like, you could double strike Champa one of your battle cards, putting your opponents from 4 to 2, where any double strike creature is lethal. So, like, you could combo a Champa to like 30 or whatever, and that can check where if they only use 1 super combo and then pitch out 5Ks to preserve their life, that means that they don't have any more super combos, so you can super combo more freely to like 20 or 25 or whatever the case may be. And I felt like 1 wasn't enough because there were scenarios where you would have that line, and then you would need to kill them from 2 to 0 with Champa. So I felt like 2 is the correct number that you want to be playing.
And then for the Overrealm package here, you picked Scientist Fu and Time Patrol Trunks. How was this in the Overrealm department? Was this too much Overrealm? Was it just the right amount of Overrealm? Was Time Patrol Trunks a card that you wish was Supreme Kai of Time, or was this Time Patrol better in that situation?
I feel 4 was the right number. I feel like this deck could even go to 5 or 6 because the Hirudegarn leader is just naturally very good at fueling Overrealm through the super combo and the front side where you have to discard a card. Scientist Fu is the best Overrealm card in the game. I mean, like, it's very self-explanatory. 1 mana, 25 double strike that draws 2 cards. I mean, if it didn't cost 7 mana to Overrealm, I'd probably, like, it's an easy 4 of, but it does have a very high Overrealm cost, so I decided to play 2. And with Time Patrol Trunks, Time Patrol Trunks was very, very good, and I think it's very underrepresented in the format right now. One, the fact that it could be Planet Vegeta, it is very good to have an Overrealm play on turn 1 or 2 because you are using the Hirudegarn leader to pitch a card, so that puts 1 card into the yard. The Unyielding Spirit Trunks allows you to extend your plays, so that's another card in your yard. So that's already 2 cards minus other 5Ks you're comboing to be able to play Time Patrol on turn 1 or 2. And the fact that it fixes your draws, and it could add extra cards where the Supreme Kai was, it doesn't give itself and the leader plus 5K. So, like, if that was the case, then I feel like that would be better, because it would essentially be your blind draw is a guaranteed 5K, where Time Patrol Trunks, like, if you, like, it can help you dig into a legendary Flute, which is like really luck boxy, but like, it helps you dig into your Sensu Beans or your Successor of Hope, your Planet Vegeta, or like, it can fix your draws where if the top card is a Goten and the other card is a Videl, like, you can put the Videl to the bottom, or if you already have a Fu, you can put the Fu on top of your deck to the bottom. So it was really good at fixing draws, and it was just an early Overrealm battle card that I really, really liked in this deck. I think that's just infinitely better than the Supreme Kai for Hirudegarn right now. So I ended up playing 2 Time Patrol.
And what about the sideboard?
All right, Dragon Ball players, I have your round 2 pairing. Round 2 is now open.
I played 4 Nimbus. The 4 Nimbus was just for the mirror. It's very good. Like, you have to know when to Nimbus. There's times where you don't want to just snap up Nimbus the first battle card, because you can still die if they just sequence like properly, like with attacking with double strike cards or whatever. There was 3 Roshis. This was good against, like, if I play against another Hirudegarn aggro version, because this was another negate that you could play with Nimbus, where you wouldn't die to 2 double strike battle cards. And it was also just good against, like, rogue decks like androids, like being able to just 1 mana negate Cell and still having a 5k combo. 2 battering lasers. This would come in on the play against Hirudegarn matchups, not on the draw, just because this was meant to counteract opposing flying Nimbus. I played 1 Father-Son Gohan. This was very good in the mirror as well. From life 4 to 0, you don't really want to be playing the 1-drop Bardock. You want to preserve your life total from 4 to 1 as much as possible in the mirror. And this was also a 1-drop blocker, which was huge. I played 3 of the Haru Haru. This is just very good against yellow and green leaders. There's Jackie Chan, there's the U7 Frieza, there's the green Son Goku World Tournament that are leaders that are starting to pick up in popularity. There's also just the Android leader as well, that being able to untap 3 is just insane. Like, it's just a free battle card that just threatens your opponent's life total and its crit. So it's also very good with double strike Champa, of course. And then the last 2 cards I played were the Mass Sands for the mirror. This sideboard was mainly for the mirror. This deck in testing just didn't really lose to anything else. It's just too fast. It's not playing the same game as all the other decks in the format are. Even if you play against Cell going second, this deck still has game. So the 15 card side was mainly just for any blue-yellow mirror.
Alright, thank you again for the insight on the deck. That was a fantastic performance at the regional. I think you went a clear undefeated, or did you have a draw?
It was undefeated.
Okay, so an 8-0?
The last round was just a draw game too, but because I won the first game.
Oh, it went into time? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, well, fantastic job. First regional win, long time coming for Justin Rios. 3rd or 4th regional? Maybe 4th or 5th? I don't know, but you've been doing fantastic as of late. 2nd place in a regional, and now a 1st place regional win. Hope to see you at the National Championship in November. It's going to be huge. We're going to have Series 5. It's going to be super exciting. You're going to be at the Orlando Regional. We're going to have a 2K on the 2nd day, so you can actually win some cash prizes on top of that regional championship trophy that is in the running. Definitely 100% with the new draft leaders coming out soon, which I know you're testing. So we're going to be seeing a lot of new leaders on the Patreon and on the YouTube channel with all the new draft leaders. So thank you again for the deck profile. Really appreciate it. Long time coming. Pro Tour competitor Justin Rios. Thank you again.